Don't move to Tampa until you understand these costs. Everyone hears the same stuff about moving to Tampa. No state income tax, affordable homes, sunshine and palm trees all year round. And yeah, some of that is very true. But if you move here thinking life's one long beach day, the first summer power bill or that insurance quote is gonna snap you back to reality really quick. Because here's the part no one tells you. It's not the home price that gets you. It's everything after you close. Skyrocketing insurance claims, HOA fees that go up like clockwork, property taxes, CDDs, flood zones. Oh, and climate surprises. I'm sure you understand what I mean. When you add all of that up, the affordable Florida dream can start feeling like a luxury car payment. Now, don't get me wrong, Tampa is amazing, and it really is. But you deserve the real numbers, not a sales pitch with a sunset background. So let's break down what it actually costs to live here, the real deal version nobody puts on the postcard. I wish I had someone explain this to me earlier. There you go. Read this. Do a swipe, up, down, little circle. I don't know. Little heart maybe. Here's what we see all the time. Someone moves here from the Midwest or the Northeast, they budget for a mortgage, maybe the taxes, and then the insurance quote comes back double what they expected. Not because the house is bad, but because the insurance plays by different rules. This doesn't mean Tampa isn't affordable. It means insurance is a line item you treat seriously, not an estimate you round down. If you plan for it correctly, it's manageable. If you ignore it, it becomes stressful. Next up, HOA fees, or as I like to call them, the automatic payment you forgot exists until it goes up again. Tampa has tons of planned communities, townhomes, and condos, and most of them come with monthly or quarterly HOA fees. A few $100 a month is normal. Some are higher, especially if you have fancy gate, pool, or someone landscaping the palms just right for your Instagram. But here's the kicker. HOA fees almost never go down. They go up, always. And if the HOA doesn't have enough in savings, say hello to special assessments, also known as, surprise, you owe $3,000 for roof repairs. These aren't optional, and they hit hardest when your wallet's least ready. Not all HOAs are created equal. Some are well-run, well-funded, and predictable, and others look cheap up front and make up for it later with assessments. The difference isn't the monthly fee, it's whether the HOA has real reserves. This is why we look at HOA budgets and history, not just a number on Zillow. A $450 HOA with solid reserves can be safer than a $250 HOA that's one storm away from a special assessment. Quick side note, if you're watching this thinking, okay, but what would this actually cost me? That's literally what we help people figure out. We sit down, we look at the real numbers, the insurance, the HOA, the taxes, everything, and help you see the actual monthly picture. No pressure, no sales pitch, no palm tree emojis, just real talk. You can find the link below if that'd be helpful. Now, let's talk about one of Florida's best kept secrets, CDD fees. If you've never heard of them, you're not alone. These are community development district fees, which basically means you're helping the builder pay off the neighborhood's infrastructure, the roads, the sewers, the parks, and that nice sign with the palm leaves. They get rolled out into your property tax bill and usually run you about $1,000 to $2,000 a year. Here's the sneaky part. CDDs are on top of your HOA, not instead of. So when you see both, don't panic, just factor it in. CDDs aren't a scam. They're how Florida builds newer communities without raising taxes for everyone else. You're basically choosing to pay for infrastructure directly instead of indirectly. For some buyers, a CDD makes sense because they want newer homes and newer amenities. For others, older neighborhoods without a CDD feel better long term. Neither is wrong, but you should know which one you're wanting to choose. You might have seen headlines about Florida getting rid of property taxes. Yeah, don't hold your breath. For now, property taxes are alive and well and usually around 1% of your home's value. The good news is there's what we call the homestead exemption, and that can help keep them from skyrocketing each year. The bad news is when you have to buy a new home, the taxes reset. So if your seller is paying $3,000 a year now, you might be paying $5,000 once it's in your name. The lesson here is never trust the seller's old bill. It's about as useful as their Netflix password. Even if the state ever ditches property taxes, probably unlikely, they'll just find another way to collect because Florida loves its sunshine, but also it loves its revenue. One of the most common mistakes we see is people budgeting off the seller's tax bill. That number is almost never what you will pay. When you plan using worst case realistic numbers instead of best case assumptions, Tampa becomes predictable instead of stressful. Let's talk utilities. Your AC isn't the luxury here, it's your actual life support, and it runs almost year round. Electric bills can double what you're actually used to, especially in the summer when your thermostat is fighting for its life. You then throw in Florida's humidity, which is basically a protein shake for mold and rust. Your roofs, your paint, your HVAC systems, landscaping, they all wear down faster than you can expect. Nothing's wrong with that, it just means that the smart move is budgeting for it instead of getting blindsided by it. A lot of people underestimate how different Florida living is. In other states, weather is seasonal. Here, the climate is constant and the home feels that. The people who enjoy Tampa the most aren't the ones who avoid these costs, they're the ones who plan for them. Once you do that, the lifestyle actually becomes very comfortable. So when you stack it all together, insurance, taxes, your HOAs, CDDs, utilities, your maintenance, that $2,000 mortgage payment might start looking more like a $3,200 once everything is factored in. And that's the part most people wish they'd known before packing the U-Haul. Florida is still fantastic, but being prepared makes Tampa feel like paradise, not a financial storm warning. This is the moment most buyers say, I wish I had someone explain this to me earlier. The good news is, once you know the full number, you can make a confident decision instead of guessing. That confidence is what turns Tampa from a gamble into a great move. Tampa's incredible. We love it here, but the dream only works if the numbers make sense for you. So if you're thinking about moving here and want someone to walk you through those real costs, not the sugar-coated version, that's exactly what we do. No pressure, no sales vibes, just solid info and real-world advice. You'll find the link below, and hey, thanks for watching. Stay sunny, stay smart, and welcome to Tampa.